Art is thriving in the Cedar Valley. It's everywhere. But if you don't know where to look, you could miss it. This is your local arts perspective. This is the Arts Overlook. Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the Arts Overlook. Each episode we investigate various arts and entertainment stories circulating around Cedar Falls, Iowa. This edition features a pair of inspiring showcases that grace the campus of the University of Northern Iowa. Later, we'll tell you about UNI's campanile and a rare instrument found near its peak. But first, we'll take you inside the UNI Gallery of Art. Recently, a handful of students displayed an exhibition of works that represent the culmination of their studies within the university's art program. Matt Chapman was at the show's opening, checking out the students' impressive work and even talked to a couple of the creators. Here's more.
On April 23rd, the University of Northern Iowa Gallery of Art presented the BFA Group Exhibition of Spring 2012. 9 students from the University of Northern Iowa who are pursuing their Bachelor of Fine Arts degrees in their respective emphasis areas are exhibiting their new artwork to fulfill graduation requirements. These 9 students include Amanda Kronlogge, Jacob William Barrick, Drew Firkin, Brian Coons, April Zarnetsky, Amy McConnell, Ryan Smith, Jason D. Thompson, and Arlinda Bababoda. Each of these students offer different expertise in media ranging from graphic design, photography, sculpture, ceramics, painting, and printing. They are currently showcasing their talents at the UNI Gallery of Art. Brian Coons, the proprietor of the show, has worked hard to make the art show come to life. From hanging up artwork to setting up shows, Coons is happy to see his and his colleagues' work shown for everyone to see. Coons feels that not many people know what goes behind the scenes of the art program. Visiting the art gallery is an excellent way to see what these students have been working on diligently for the past year.
There's a lot of people that don't know much about the art program and what we do here. I feel like they think it's really an easy thing to do, like, oh, you go to school for art, that's a cinch. So I'd really urge them to come check it out. And kind of see what we actually do, like the hard work that's put into all this.
When many people think of art shows, they tend to think of paintings and sculptures. However, the BFA group exhibitions offer a wide variety of art in its own respective category. Jason Thompson believes that the uniqueness is what really sets this show apart from the others.
I think what's unique about this show is just the variety of media involved. So there's 3 graphic designers, 1 photographer, 1 sculptor, 1 ceramist, 1 painter, and 2 printmaking people. So I think just the wide variety of media involved makes for a unique show.
It's been a long journey for many of these students, and Thompson mentions that one of the best things about showing his work is the people finally getting to view what he has created.
I think it's nice to finally see the fruits of my labor after not showing people what I've worked on for so long, and then finally see people appreciate it and get excited about it. It's very rewarding.
You can expect the BFA exhibitions to continue as the art program grows stronger. One of the greatest things about the art program in many students' minds is how close the entire program, from students to faculty, is.
Within the art department, we mingle and meet everybody all over the building. And over the last few years, we've been a close-knit family that all gets to know each other. We all hang out together. We all basically live together because we spend so many nights here. So I'd say that'd be my favorite part.
If you'd like to visit the gallery before it's too late, make sure you step inside the UNI Gallery of Art on Friday, May 4th or Saturday, May 5th. For the Arts Overlook, I'm Matt Chapman.
Travel to the center of UNI's campus to the campanile, climb its spiral staircase, and ascend a ladder to the top level of the tower. There you will find one of the world's most rare instruments, the Carillon. I did that just recently, and not only did I find a unique instrument, I found one of its finest musicians, who told me more about the Carillon. The University of Northern Iowa's campanile stands tall at the center of campus, gracing iconic photographs, bringing luck to hormone-filled co-eds on homecoming, and even occasionally providing the time to someone passing by. This structure serves as a symbol for the university, but is also home to a rare and interesting feature that many students and community members may have heard but never seen.
Well, nationwide there are little less than 200 carillons and probably 50 universities have carillons, and if you go further west, there are several states that don't even have carillons, Washington State being one, Idaho, I believe Nevada does not, New Mexico doesn't, so it's unique.
The Campanile's Carillon was installed over 85 years ago in 1926. Then, just 15 bells were played by the instrument. Today, there are 47 bells weighing a total of 12.5 tons ringing away at the top of the tower. But despite the vastness and uniqueness of the Carillon, it works a lot like an instrument you may see every day.
Okay, this is called a keyboard because anything that you're touching with your fingers, a computer has a keyboard, piano has a keyboard, Carillon has a keyboard. These are like the white keys on a piano, and these, the upper row, are like the black keys on a piano. On a piano, you push a key down and the hammer strikes the wires. On the Carillon, you push a key down and the hammer strikes the side of the bell. So it's a very straightforward, simple connection between the two.
While the Carillon works and looks in many ways like a piano, playing the instrument poses some different challenges.
Well, most people think because you're making big movements with your hands and with your feet that that's the most difficult part of it. But, you know, and when you're playing the piano and you're playing fast, you're doing this also. That action is kind of transferred to the Carillon. The bigger challenge is not so much that you're depressing keys that are moving, you know, a couple of inches. The bigger challenge is to try and get something really musical out of what you're doing so that people that are outside can, in fact, hear and understand what it is you're doing. That's the biggest challenge. And then playing at a different place all the time, you have to adjust your ear to what you're hearing.
Another challenge associated with the Carillon is actually finding one. But if you're good enough, like guest artist Karel Keldermans, that challenge can become a blessing in that it creates travel opportunities.
The interesting thing about playing the Carillon is that you get to travel to wherever the instruments are. So I have been fortunate in that I have been able to travel not all the way around the world, but a lot of places, Australia and all of Europe. Unless you have what's called a mobile Carillon, the Carillonneurs are one of the few musicians that have to go somewhere else to play on a particular instrument.
Keldermans is a past president of the Guild of Carillonneurs of North America. He has a master's degree in campanology and carillon performance and has studied at carillon schools overseas. Keldermans has been the carillonneur for the Reese Memorial Carillon in Springfield, Illinois for 36 years and has frequented UNI's Carillon recently.
One of my good buddies was a guy named Bob Burns who was a student here in the late 60s, graduated, went away for a year and came back and became the carillonneur. So Bob Burns was playing the Carillon, came to Springfield in the late 70s for a playing competition and came in second. Since that time we were friends until he passed away from a stroke in 2004. But it's really just since Bob has passed away that I've kind of become the, I guess you would say, interim carillonneur.
So next time you're on UNI's campus and hear the bells ring in a melody, stop on up to see this gem of an instrument for yourself. For the Arts Overlook, I'm Tim Getting. That'll about do it for this edition of the Arts Overlook, but first we'll show you what's going on in the area for the next week or two with our arts calendar. Thanks for watching and see you next time.